outside strike zone from Dave Matern here today. Snyder has a hitter 364 this season. Here's the 0-1, swung on and fouled out of play for third base side. Around the infield for the Rams, Lindsey Mayer's at third, Allie Brady at short, Amy Van Hoven's at second, Paige Ortiz at first, outfield, Cora Iannero, Sydney Canessa, Brianna Turgeon, that's right to left. Kayla Lombardo doing the catching. Daubman's 0-2, popped in the air over towards left, over the head of Turgeon, but she's going to get back under it and catch it right in front of the warning track. A nice play to go back on it, as it looked like Turgeon might have been a little too shallow. Made the nice play, getting back to it. After a half an inning of play, Dayton goes down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on. Dayton 0. Fordham coming to bat in the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to Fordham Softball on the Atlantic 10 Digital Network and WFUVSports.org. Fordham softball team is in action again immediately following this game. The second game of the doubleheader against Dayton will begin approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game. The baseball team back at it next Wednesday when they host Rutgers University at 6 p.m. The pregame report can be heard on WFUVSports.org starting at 5:50. Fordham Rams baseball and softball right here on WFUV.org. And the Fordham baseball team closes out their series with George Mason. That game starting in exactly 1 hour at noon. And that game over at Houlihan Park, you can hear that one also on WFUVSports.org. Just in a different link where you might have found this game here. So we'll head to the bottom of the first inning. No mid-inning break for this time. We'll get to the lineups, the starting offensive lineup for the Rams here. Sydney Canessa bats first, the center fielder. Amy Van Hoven hits second. She plays second base. Lindsey Mayer, the third baseman, hits third. Kayla Lombardo, the catcher, hits fourth. 4 home runs for her, tied for the team lead. Michelle Daubman, the pitcher, hits fifth. Also 4 homers for her. Cora Iannero, homer yesterday, hits sixth, the right fielder. Rachel Gillen, the designated player. Expect to see her in the circle in game number 2. She hits 7th. Paige Ortiz hits 8th. The first baseman, Brianna Turgeon, hits 9th. The left fielder, the shortstop, Allie Brady, will not do any hitting in this one. Sydney Canessa leads it off as Gabrielle Snyder on the rubber for the Dayton Flyers. Didn't see her pitch yesterday, but she's in the circle today. Is the first pitch from Canessa, fouled off the top of the netting. And narrowly trying to catch it. Joe DeBarry and our friend Steve from Fordham Athletics just missed it as it trickled over their hands and over the stands here. Canessa behind 0-1. Here's the pitch outside and missed by Catherine Hess. Got by her. Might have been a called strike if she could have held on to it. Again, wind whipping up here at Bahoshi Field. Up to 43 miles per hour. According to the National Weather Service. 50 degrees, partly cloudy and windy. 1-1 to Canessa. It is a called strike, 1-2. She took it on the inside part of the plate. Stands in with the 1-2. Takes it outside for a ball, 2-2. Canessa 302 on the season. 385 on base percentage. 5 doubles, a triple, and a homer, 16 RBIs. Here's the 2-2. Fisted over towards first, then a soft liner caught by Tiffany Ricks. Check swing from Canessa. So she's retired to start the Rams offense in this doubleheader at Bahoshi Field. Amy Van Hoven, the second baseman, now comes to the plate. Van Hoven yesterday was 0 for 4. Did steal a base, though. First pitch now coming to her from Snyder. The slapper takes it for a ball outside.
That's right there, three, you got that? Good pitch.
Snyder set in the circle behind 1-0 to the 2-hitter for the Rams. The pitch, fisted over towards right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit for Amy Van Hoven, her first of the series, first of this game, number 2 of 3. And she's on with a single. Looks like Van Hoven got a little bit jammed there, but able to power it enough into the sort of right center hole as the outfielders couldn't get there. The second baseman, Kennedy Haynes, couldn't get back on it. That sends Lindsey Mayer to the plate. First pitch swinging deep to left, going back Mariano. She's going to catch it just in front of the warning track. Ball hung up there. The wind blowing in. Looks like the wind might have definitely played a role on that one. Thought that was hit a little bit better. Not sure it would have got out of the yard if there was no wind, but Pretty sure it would have been more near the fence, as that one caught a couple of steps in front of the warning track, as having to run in on it was Mariano after originally appearing to get under it at the warning track. So now 2 away. Kayla Lombardo, the catcher. Pitch out, going from first, Van Hoven, and she's going to take the base, as Hess had a little trouble with it, double clutched on the pitch out. So it'll go down as a stolen base. Rams trying to manufacture some runs here. Van Hoven, yesterday, like I said, stole a base. That came back in the first inning as well. But Lombardo unable to bring her in. Almost the same situation as Lombardo takes outside for a ball. Now it's 2-0. Kayla Lombardo coming into this contest, 3:48 at the plate. Here's the 2-0. Check swing, but it's a called strike anyway. Right down the middle, as Lombardo didn't see the perfect pitch. 2-0, now 2-1. Lombardo now stands in. Van Hoven's on second. Outfield shading slightly towards left of center. The 2-1 inside. 3-1. Sun going in and out of the clouds here at Bohoshi Field. Here's the 3-1 to Lombardo. Takes it again for a called strike. Not quite what she was looking for. As now the count moves full. 3-2, 2 outs. Van Hoven's on second, so probably not going to be in motion. Pitch to Lombardo. Swung on, hit in the air towards right center. Outfielders converging. It's going to get down. An extra base hit and over the fence for a ground rule double. An RBI double for Kayla Lombardo. Make it 1-0 Fordham. Lombardo took that full count pitch the other way, and there was a gap out there. Quetter converging from center. DeSalvo converging from right. But no chance for them to get there, and the ball just bounced over the fence. And for Lombardo, might have had 3 if that ball stayed in the yard, but she'll take the RBI. Michelle Daubman, same situation for her now. 2 outs and a runner on second. First pitch she takes outside. Just missed outside, 1-0. 1-0, 2 outs here in the top or the bottom of the first inning, as Daubman swings at the second pitch, pops it up center field, coming on Quetter, moves to her left now and makes the catch just to the right of the block F if you look from behind home plate. So that'll do it for the first inning of play, and the Rams have a 1-0 lead. They score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We head to the top of the second inning here at Bohoshi Field. The Rams 1 and the Flyers 0. Join us next Saturday for another edition of One on One, New York's longest running sports call-in show. We'll recap the final of the NCAA tournament, take a look at the NBA and NHL playoff races, and recap the first week of the MLB season. One on One next Saturday afternoon at 1 on 90.7 FM and WFUV.org. You know what? Why don't you check out One on One today also, whether it's after, during, between this softball doubleheader. We've got the NCAA Final Four preview, the MLB season preview with our 4 beat reporters, and another exclusive interview with the new Fordham men's basketball head coach, Jeff Neubauer. So check it out, One on One, 90.7 FM, 1 o'clock on every Saturday afternoon, New York's longest running sports call-in show. Top of inning number 2 here at Bohoshi Field. It's the Rams 1 and the Flyers 0. Tiffany Ricks leads it off here for the Dayton Flyers. First pitch to her. She takes it just a little bit low, count 1-0 now. So the 1-0 now to Ricks, outside, 2-0. Dahlman fumbling behind the cleanup hitter, Tiffany Ricks. Tiffany Ricks, a .410 on base percentage, 10 walks thus far for her. 2-0 pitch, swung on, fouled straight back into the protective netting. Ricks, a .348 hitter, has now started 31 games. The Flyers have played 34. This is their 35th. Here's the 2-1 to Ricks, down low. 3-1. She moves ahead further. Ricks yesterday in game number 1, 1 for 3, a strikeout, ground out to the pitcher Gillen, and a single. It came in the 7th inning where the Flyers brought the tying run to the plate. The 3-1 is inside, ball 4 to Tiffany Ricks, the first base runner of the game for the Dayton Flyers. And that sends Kaylee Budison to the plate, the third baseman.
Now batting for the Flyers, third baseman, number 12, Kaylee Budison.
First pitch to Budison. Takes it just a bit high, 1-0. Tiffany Ricks, the cleanup hitter, actually a threat to steal over at first. 10 for 12 in stealing bases, leads Flyers in both of those categories. Here's the 1-0, inside, 2-0. Kayla Lombardo will call timeout to chat as Michelle Daubman missing her spots a little bit, maybe not necessarily agreeing with the calls from the home plate umpire, Dave Matern, but plenty of game left. Gonna have to settle down here. So a little bit of a bump in the road here. A walk to Ricks, and now behind 2-0 to the 5 hitter, Kaylee Budison, the number 2 hitter here in the top of inning number 2. The Rams already up 1-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch now, right down Broadway, and it's gonna be actually called the ball. 3-0 must have been a little bit low. Not sure where that one missed, and Kayla Lombardo didn't seem too sure either as she turned around and was curious. So now it's 3-0, pitched from Daubman. That one's a strike on the inside part of the plate, and frankly, that pitch, probably the third best pitch she threw to this batter, Budison. So we'll have to see what strike zone is doing throughout this one. Here's the 3-1 pitch now. Little too high. That's going to be ball 4. And Michelle Daubman really can't believe it. If that's too high and the 2-0 pitch was too low, I'm not sure where you go. And it doesn't look like the Fordham dugout's too happy either, especially given that the strike zone seemed consistent through both the top and bottom of the first innings, with maybe a little bit wide. Now Hannah DeSalvo puts down a bunt fielded by Ortiz, looks to third, and is going to have to throw back to first the easy way, where Van Hoven covering. So a successful sacrifice. Second and third, 1 out now for the Dayton Flyers. Kayla Haberstich, the shortstop, the 7 hitter to the plate, and a good situation. Second and third, 1 out. Pitch from Daubman. Inside corner for a called strike. Haberstich, a .256 hitter this season, 18 RBIs, looking for 19, maybe even 20 here. Only a .298 on base percentage. Behind 0-1. Pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-2, right over it. Good pitch from Daubman on the inside part of the plate. Haberstich looking to at least put the ball in play. The corners are up. Short and second. Bradian and Van Hoven, sort of medium depth. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, grounded to Bradian. Coming on, holding at third is Ricks, firing to first. Bradian in time. Nice play by Ali Bradian to both check the runner and get the out on the slow roller. So now 2 away here in the top of the second. Kennedy Haynes, the second baseman, now steps to the plate for the Dayton Flyers. Haynes, the same situation, second and third, but now there's 2 outs. Haynes, a .232 hitter, 14 RBIs, .284 on base percentage, shows bunt, pulls back, grounds it foul. Looks like got a piece of her foot as well. So she'll shake that off, and reaching down at the left shin, left ankle area, she has a protective Evo Shield product on her left leg there. Just the guard there as Tiffany Ricks just tied her shoe over on third. She's got that figured out. Here's the 0-1 now. Swung on and missed outside. Off-speed pitch. Nice one from Daubman there. 0-2 now. Daubman trying to work out of a jam here. Walked the first 2 hitters. A successful sacrifice from DeSalvo. Left her second and third 1 out. A grounder to Brady in, no runs scoring, makes it 2 outs, and the 8-hitter Kennedy Haynes behind 0-2 now. Daubman ready in the circle, has the sign. Here's the pitch, upstairs and in. Taking was Haynes, now 1-2. Outfield playing pretty straight up, maybe shading a little bit to the left. At least Turgeon slightly left of her normal position. Ianniero pretty straight up and right. Canessa pretty straight up in center. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Got her. Working out of a jam, Michelle Daubman in the top of the 2nd inning. No runs for Dayton, no hits, no errors, 2 left on base on the 2 walks. We're through 1.5. It's the Rams 1 and the Flyers nothing here in game 2 of a series of 3 and game 1 of a doubleheader here on Saturday afternoon. In addition to streaming the softball games live via a link on WFUV.org, once again this season the games are being archived. To access the archives, go to WFUV.org. On the top of the homepage, click on Sports, then on Stream Fordham Sports. You'll see a schedule with links to our live and archived broadcasts. Now you can listen to Fordham Rams games whenever you choose, courtesy of Stretch Internet and WFUV, home of the Rams. Bottom of inning number 2 here at Bohoshi Field. It's the Rams 1 and the Flyers nothing. So glad you could stop by Friday or Saturday morning now, almost Saturday afternoon. A bright sunny day here in the Bronx. Cora Ianniero takes the first pitch for a called strike. Ianniero, a 3-run homer yesterday. That proved really pretty much fatal for the Flyers as they lost that one 5-1, a run in the 7th. They did bring up the tying run though. The 0-1 to Ianniero is inside, 1-1. 50 degrees still, and again now winds still between 20s, 30s, and low 40s in terms of miles per hour. The 1-1 grounded towards second, snagged there nicely, and thrown over to first. Low, picked up by Ricks. Kennedy Haynes with a great play over at second base. Ianniero retired. Swinging the bat really well this weekend so far. She'll have plenty more at bats. Likely at least, as we're in the bottom of inning number 2. We've got 2 7-inning softball games scheduled today, a doubleheader between the Rams and the Flyers in this A10 contest. Rachel Gillen, the designated player in this one. The lefty stands in, swings the first pitch, and fouls it off one of the supports and bounces around in the stands now. Gillen pitched yesterday's game and got the win in the circle. Also hit as well. The 0-1 to her at the plate is outside, 1-1. Gillen coming into this one a .338 hitter. The 1-1 to her. Called strike on the outside corner, framed nicely by the catcher Hess. Gillen's behind 1-2 now. Her team already up 1-0. Gabrielle Snyder on the rubber for the Flyers. Here's the 1-2. Off-speed pitch outside. Snyder tried to finesse that one on the corner. Gillen saw that one outside, though, and took it. So now 2-2, 1 out. Bottom of the 2nd inning. Pitch outside, 3-2. One out. Bottom of inning number 2. Pitch swung on by Gillen, but foul. Into the bullpen down by the Dayton Flyers, right field side, as almost got a member of the facilities crew. The 3-2 again. Swung on and again fouled back. We'll do it a third time. Rachel Gillen yesterday, 1 for 3 at the plate. Singled, scored a run after she reached on a strikeout. 3-2. Popped in the air over towards third, foul ground. Budison over and makes the catch right behind Bridget Orchard in the third base coacher's box. So now 2 away in the bottom of the second.
Get out of the way.
Now batting for the Revs, the first baseman, number 24, Paige Ortiz.
Dayton fans think Bridget Orchard could have gotten more out of the way. Catch still made by Budison over at third. Paige Ortiz, the hitter now. Pitch to her, hit in the air, right field. DeSalvo over to her left. It's going to fall in the left field corner, and it's going to bounce up against the wall. Trouble with it in the corner. Ortiz around first and heads to second. A double for Paige Ortiz with 2 outs.
Now batting for Rams, left fielder, number 2, Brianna Turgeon.
Brianna Turgeon now to the plate, the 9-hitter for the Rams. Some not necessarily sneaky power, but some power at the bottom of this Fordham lineup, and Paige Ortiz and Brianna Turgeon. Turgeon with 4 home runs, Ortiz with 2. Now 6 extra base hits after that double. First pitch to Turgeon, a big swing and a miss. Turgeon 4 home runs, 2 doubles, 15 RBI. 254 on the season, 377 on base percentage though. The 0-1 to the 9-hitter, takes it inside for a ball. Snyder seemed to have a little bit more heat on that one as she has on opposed to a couple of the other pitches, but that one missed. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed by Turgeon. Foul tipped into the glove of Hess. Now she's behind 1-2. Runner on second is Paige Ortiz. Turgeon at the plate, the righty, and the left fielder here today. Pitch outside, 2-2. Trying to get Turgeon to chase was Snyder, but that one missed well outside into the left-handed batter's box. Snyder's only struck out 40 batters coming into today as the 2-2 popped in the air over towards short. Haberstich under it. Now over to second, and Haynes will have to take it right behind the bag as it looked like Haberstich completely lost it, but Kennedy Haynes found it right behind the second base bag in plenty of time. A little bit deceiving to the eye if you're watching. But regardless, that does it for the bottom of the second inning. The Rams, no runs, they get a hit, no errors, and they leave Paige Ortiz on second base after her 2-out double. We head to the third. It's the Rams 1, the Flyers nothing. Once again this year, we're doing internet-only broadcasts of Fordham softball. We'd like to know what you think of the idea. Would you like us to do more? What sports would you like us to broadcast? Any other comments you'd like to make as well are greatly appreciated. Just email it oneonone@wfuv.org and let us know what you think. That's ONEONNE@wfuv.org. Top of inning number 3, Bahoshi Field, game number 2, 1 of 2 today. Game number 2 of the series, that is, with the Flyers. Jacqueline Quetter stands in. The 9-hitter pops the first pitch in the air over towards the third baseline. Bradian reaching over, dives, can't make the play in foul ground. More of a slide with both knees instead of a full-out dive, but ball didn't really get up that high in the air from Quetter. Nearly a beautiful play, though, as left fielder Turgeon and the shortstop Bradian converging. Quetter, the catcher, left-handed hitter. Here's the 0-1, just outside. Interesting, Quetter, the catcher, and a slap hitter. Don't really see that combination too often. But she is the lefty. Got a little bit of an extra jump, headed towards first as the slap hitter. Not a full-out slap hitter. Takes maybe like 1 or 2 steps. We'll see here, though. Here's the 1-1, and missed outside. Or excuse me, called strike on the outside corner, 1-2. And Quetter, interestingly, sort of just a rhythm sort of slapper, it looks like, as she stands in. And now she'll move to the front of the box. It's behind 1-2. Here's the 1-2 now. Grounded towards first, right at Ortiz, but it rolls foul before she's able to get to it. And back to what I was saying about Quetter. She stands in, at least now she won't because she's behind the count. She'll try and shorten up. When she didn't have 2 strikes, she was at the back of the box, moved her left leg forward and then her right leg and just reset her batting stance. As opposed to a couple of steps where you might see from a slapper. Here's the 1-2, grounded towards second. Van Hoven picks it up on a couple of hops, fields, and fires the first in time. Quetta retired, 1 away. Natalie Mariano, top of the lineup for the Flyers.
Number 2, Natalie Mariano.
Popped to the shortstop back in the first inning. Entering today a .364 hitter. With a .424 on base percentage. The first pitch to her, grounded to Van Hoven, a couple of hops, fields, fires to first. That one a little easier for Van Hoven to handle as it stayed down the whole way. Quetter's grounder popped up a little bit.
Now ready for the Flyers, the pitcher, number
2 away,
Catherine
top of
Hess.
inning number 3 here at Bohoshi Field. Fordham up 1-0 on the Dayton Flyers thus far. Catherine Hess, the catcher, to the plate. First pitch called strike on the outside corner. Hess 290 coming into today. 371 on base percentage. The 0-1 to her, grounded right back softly to Daubman. Fields, fires first, a little high, but no problem for Ortiz. And that'll do it for the top of the third inning. A 1-2-3 inning.
There were no Fordham errors, no one left on base.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Fordham leading the Dayton Flyers 1-0. You're listening to Fordham Softball on WFUVSports.org and the Atlantic 10 Digital Network. Bottom of inning number 3. Sydney Canessa to the plate, takes the first pitch for a called strike. Canessa, the leadoff hitter for this Fordham team. Here's the 0-1, popped in the air over towards right and center, coming on the right fielder for the Flyers, and she'll make the catch over there. Hannah DeSalvo charging in a couple of steps forward and to her right, 1 away for the Rams in the bottom of the third.
Second baseman, number 6.
Amy Van Hoven now to the plate, singled and stole second back in the first. Slap hitter and lefty for this Fordham side. The corners up, both Tiffany Ricks and Kaylee Butison at first and third respectively. Pitch taken for a ball outside, 1-0. Van Hoven looks down for some signs now, getting set to step back into the box, does just that. Ahead 1-0. The pitch from Snyder. Outside 2-0. Ahead 2-0. The slapper, the lefty. He swings the pitch and hits it right back up the middle for a base hit. Amy Van Hoven, 2 singles here in this one, 2 for 2, and she's on first with 1 out. Got right through the legs of Gabrielle Snyder, hit right back to her, but really crushed by Van Hoven. Not really crushed, but hit moderately hard. Didn't get a great part of the bat, I guess, but hit solidly, and it got through the legs and into the outfield for a base hit. Lindsay Mayer to the plate, swung at the first pitch and flew to left in the first. First pitch this time, she takes it down low. Van Hoven, aggressive jump off the base after the ball released from Snyder, had Hess thought about throwing down to first as she came up. Looked like she might have thrown. Here's the 1-0 to Mayer, hit right in the ground to short. Nice backhanded play by Haberstich over to second. The easy way for the fielder's choice. But there was nothing easy about that play that Haberstich made, as it looked like she thought that maybe Van Hoven was going to steal, and she was already on her way over to cover second base. Stopped dead in her tracks, stuck out the glove, backhanded, stabbed the ball, and still got Van Hoven at second. Kayla Lombardo steps in now. 2 outs, runner on first. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Inside corner, looked a little bit up in the zone. Kayla Lombardo, the 0-1, coming, pitch, taken for another called strike. That one more over the heart of the plate, 0-2. A little bit down though, so not maybe in the wheelhouse of Lombardo without 2 strikes. Behind 0-2 is Lombardo. Double back in the first inning. The pitch way upstairs, 1-2. Going back to that play Haberstich made. No one's really taught anymore to hold your position when there's a runner stealing a base. I guess in softball that's a little different with the shorter bases, but usually hold your position then cover. The 1-2 hits Kayla Lombardo off of the front leg, it looked like, maybe the front knee. It's like a weird deflection off of whatever it hit as she gets to first, and Benz looks like it actually got her back knee, her right knee that would be, as she stands from the right side. So she's on first and second now for the Rams. 2 outs. Mayer on second, Lombardo on first. Daubman at the plate. Pop to the center fielder back in the first. Pitch popped again over towards center, coming on Quetter. Maybe losing it in the sun. Called off by Haynes, the second baseman. Backing up towards the right fielder, DeSalvo, as the wind really affecting some balls that get up high in the air here. Gusts toward 40 miles per hour. But no problem for the Flyers to get that one and handle the windy, as the scoreboard actually, the top of it, the Fordham sign, holding on by a thread there as the wind just picked up. We're through 3 innings. Fordham up on the Flyers, 1-0. You're listening to Fordham Softball on WFUVSports.org and the Atlantic 10 Digital Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 more numbers for softball bingo. 33 and 4. First 3 bingo winners get a $10 gift card to Michelangelo's. All winners are eligible for the end of the year prize. Thank you. Lead off the top of the 4th for the Flyers, the pitcher, number 3, Gabrielle Snyder.
Gabrielle Snyder leads off the top of the 4th inning. Here at Hoshi Field for the Flyers, the lefty swings at the first pitch and misses. Snyder, of course, the pitcher in this one thus far. She's gone 3 innings and given up the 1 run on 4 hits. At the plate, she flew to left in the first, leading off the 4th behind 0-1. Now 1-1 as she takes the outside pitch for a ball. The 1-1 pitch, slapped down the left field line, curving, and it's going to go foul, slicing away from the lefty batter. And going foul into the left field corner. Turgeon retrieves, but good idea by Snyder there. That's one of only a couple of ways slap hitters might get an extra base hit, hitting it right down the line. She's behind 1-2 now. Slaps, looks like it hit her in fair territory as she's heads to first, and she's going to get a base hit, and no signals from either or any of the 3 umpires, so I guess that ball did not hit her as she came out of the box. So it'll be a single. Gabrielle Snyder, a leadoff single for the Flyers.
Now batting for the Flyers, the first baseman, number 11, Tiffany Ricks.
Tiffany Ricks to the plate. The 4-hitter swings at the first pitch and grounds it past Paige Ortiz for a base hit. And back-to-back singles for the Dayton Flyers. They've got something going here in the top of the 4th inning. Tiffany Ricks, a solid hit, sort of between a line drive and a ground ball there. Killed it, took one bounce, and right past Ortiz as she was playing quite shallow, quite in as she normally does. Kaylee Budison takes the first pitch from Daubin for a called strike, and big batter here for the Rams defense and for Michelle Daubin. Maybe Budison will think about bunting here. Now behind 0-1, she takes it inside and hits her. Got a piece of her before got to the catcher, Kayla Lombardo, and Kayla Lombardo now will walk it out to Daubin. Bases loaded, nobody out for the Dayton Flyers here in the top of the 4th inning. Hannah DeSalvo to the plate, laid down a successful sacrifice bunt in the 2nd inning. So it looks like she can get the ball down via the bunt. But no outs here, bases loaded. Dayton trailing 1-0. The pitch to DeSalvo, swings at it, pops, foul, headed towards the fence or the foul fence, and goes out of play over near the Dayton dugout, not the long fence. 0-1 the count. Hannah DeSalvo, the right fielder, trying for RBIs 5, 6, maybe even 7 or 8. 581 on base percentage, only appearing in her 21st game. The 0-1, down low, 1-1. DeSalvo only has 8 hits on the season. She's now 8 for 21. 2 extra base hits. Here's the 1-1 to her. Swung on, grounded towards second. Van Hoven fields, fires home in time, just narrowly in time. As Lombardo holding the plate and getting her back leg taken out slightly by Snyder. But able to hold on, able to hold the plate. 1 away on the force out at home. Van Hoven and the Fordham infield not necessarily deep, or not rather in, a little more moderate depth, but still able to get the force out at home. Aberstich at the plate, swings the first pitch, right back up the middle. Bradian dives off of her glove, sputters in towards center field, throw home, 2 runs in for the Dayton Flyers. Base hit, 2 RBIs. Shouldn't be an error up there. So 2 runs in for Dayton, and just like that, they're up on the Rams, 2-1.
Let's go 8. We're not done, 8.
Kennedy Haynes supposed to be the batter, but she'll be pinch hit for. Jordan Jennings will come to the plate.
Pitching for the Flyers is number 8, Jordan Jennings.
So Jordan Jennings, the pinch hitter now. 1 out, runners on the corners. 2 runs in already for the Flyers as Daubin's first pitch to her missed upstairs. Going back to that 2 RBI single from Haberstich. Hit it up the middle softly, but because the infield in, Brady and dove off her glove, sputtered towards center field, and by the time Van Hoven got to it and threw home, 2 runs were in. Jennings 1-0, pops in the air over towards first. Van Hoven converging for it, but it goes foul. As Van Hoven, the better angle, just dropped foul about 30 feet past the first base bag. Jordan Jennings yesterday 0 for 2 with a walk, which actually was an RBI walk with the bases loaded. Jennings coming into yesterday only a 125 hitter, 6 for 48. Here's the 1-1 to her, down low, 2-1, so she's 6 for 50 on the season. And making a pinch hit appearance. Just make sure I have that right. Yep, 6 for 50, so near 100 batting average. The 2-1 to her, called strike 2 on the outside corner, and pinch hitting for Kennedy Haynes, who's a 232 hitter and is 19 for 82, so not really understanding the logic there. Both hitters hit from the right side. Here's the 2-2 from Daubin, swung on and missed, strike 3. Very bizarre pinch hit appearance there from Jordan Jennings. Unless maybe there was an injury to Kennedy Haynes we didn't catch. See who goes out in the field the next inning, as Jennings, who did play in yesterday's game, Jacqueline Quetter, the 9-hitter, to the plate, swings at the first pitch, fouls it straight back into the netting. Jennings was the designated player yesterday, so not entirely sure on what maybe her current position is. Actually, not even listed on the official roster, so that's a little interesting. Just a mistake, I guess, there, as pitch missed outside, 1-1. There, yeah, Jordan Jennings not listed on Dayton's roster, so that's very bizarre. The 1-1, called strike 2, 1-2, so not going to be able to tell you what her natural position is. She didn't change numbers either, so just straight up not listed on the Dayton roster. So an error there from Dayton. To not have her there, got to watch that. The 1-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. Daubman works out of the jam, but Dayton does the damage. 2 runs. 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Flyers now up in the Rams 2-1. We're halfway through here at Bohoshi Field.
Man, you wouldn't believe the most amazing things that can come from some terrible
Bottom of the 4th here at Bohoshi Field. Rams now trail for the first time in this one, 2-1. Cora Ianiro starts it off for the Rams and takes the first pitch for a called strike.
Rams right fielder, number 1, Cora Ianiro.
Ianiro, big home run yesterday. The 0-1 again taken for a called strike, 0-2. She grounded to second, back in the second. Here's the 0-2 now. Upstairs and over the glove of an outstretched Hess. Rolls to the backstop, but the battery can just smile at that one. Snyder, the pitcher, Hess, the catcher. Just trying to maybe get Ianiro to chase, but no one in their right mind would chase that one over the head. Here's the 1-2. Swung on by Ianiro, grounded foul. Third base side and trickles into the left field foul territory. The 1-2 to Ianiro. Outside, 2-2. A good eye from Cora Ianiro. Ianiro coming into this one a 198 hitter, so struggling this season at the plate. 18 for 91. Big home run yesterday, though. The 2-2, line foul. Snyder so far, 3 innings pitched, 4 hits and a run. That was earned. Ianiro, the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 4th. Dayton up on the Rams 2-1. The 2-2 to her. Hit in the air over towards left field. Mariano coming on, and she'll make the catch with 2 hands. Nice play by Mariano. Got a good break on it and charged in and made the catch relatively easily on the run.
Number 27, Rachel Gillen.
Rachel Gillen, the designated player, the winning pitcher of yesterday's game. Likely to see her in the circle for game number 2 here today. She's now at the plate, popped to third in the second, trying to help out her pitcher Daubman, and she lines the first pitch foul and deflects off a couple of supports of the netting and the light pole and narrowly get some fans on the third base side. We saw that yesterday too. Reggie Jackson shot off the light pole, but of course that was foul and nowhere near as far. The 0-1 to Gillen, right back up the middle. A base hit for Rachel Gillen. She'll be on with a single with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Gillen will now improve upon her average of .338 coming into this one. Paige Ortiz, the first baseman, to the plate as Bridget Orchard heads to the home plate umpire. It looks like we'll have a pinch runner over at first base for Rachel Gillen. Dave Matern, the home plate umpire, and we'll have Kaylin Winokur will do the pinch running at first base. You see that often. Kaylin Winokur, pinch run specialist for the Rams. Rachel Gillen, not super fleet of foot, but Paige Ortiz at the plate, a double already for her. First pitch to her over the glove of Hess, is going to get to the backstop, and getting down to second is Winokur. And timeout by Catherine Hess. She'll talk to Gabrielle Snyder in the circle. Maybe crossed up, maybe that high rise ball moving a little too much for Hess to control, as that's now 2 that have gone to the backstop in this inning. That's the first one that really matters, though, as there's a runner on base, and now a runner in scoring position. Kaylin Winokur. Pretty sure Rachel Gillen would have been able to advance to second, too, but now the situation with the pinch runner is crucial. Paige Ortiz, 1-0, takes it for a called strike. Winokur should be able to score on a base hit. At least that's the mentality. Only 1 out, though, and Brianna Turgeon in the top of the lineup for the Rams. Here's the 1-1 to Ortiz, grounded to short, holding at second. Winokur firing over to first in plenty of time is Haberstich, so Ortiz would have liked to obviously found a hit, or if she were to make out, maybe hit it the other way. So she's retired 6-3, and Brianna Turgeon to the plate. Winokur on second. The Rams down 1, bottom of the 4th inning. 2-1 the Flyers lead. Turgeon popped to second earlier in this one as she fouls the first pitch off the netting, and Catherine Hess tried to catch it off the netting, but then looks like she caught a mean glare of the sun and just backed away. Snyder ahead 0-1. Turgeon trying to tie this game up with the base hit and allow Winokur to score. Pitch popped in the air, center field. Second baseman back as well. Haynes, now the right fielder takes it to Salvo as the wind blowing that ball around as the 3 players all around it. And Hannah DeSalvo retires the side. That'll do it here in the bottom of the 4th inning. No runs for the Rams. They get a hit. No errors. They leave a runner on base. We're through 4. It's Dayton 2 and Fordham 1. You're listening to Fordham Rams softball on WFUVSports.org and the Atlantic 10 Digital Network. Top of inning number 5, a new pitcher for the Fordham Rams. Michelle Daubman's day is done. She goes 4 innings, gives up 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Only throws 57 pitches, so definitely available in game number 2, but we do expect to see Rachel Gillen in this one. Patty Maloney will enter the game.
Patty Maloney.
And Maloney appears to be entering in Daubman's spot at the moment, as the remainder of the defensive position seems to have remained the same. So if the Daubman spot comes back up in the lineup, she'll probably re-enter, maybe even re-enter to pitch if we got ourselves a closer ball game. But a lot of ifs in there. Patty Maloney, 3rd time through the lineup. For the Dayton Flyers, Natalie Mariano leads it off. She's over 2 today. Her team's, though, now winning 2-1. First pitch from Patty Maloney is upstairs, 1-0. Maloney, sort of the finesse pitcher for this Fordham Rams side. 1-0. As the 1-0 is a called strike on the outside part of the plate, 1-1. Maloney on the season, a 4.27 ERA. She's appeared in now 14 games. She's 1-0. Here's the 1-1. Just upstairs. 2-1. Maloney, 21 and a third innings pitched, 28 hits given up, 16 runs allowed, 13 of those earned. She's walked 8, struck out 15. The 2-1 pitch, outside, 3-1. She's given up a double and a triple and 5 home runs. Hitters hitting 298 off her, close to 300. Here's the 3-1. Swung on, back towards Maloney. Bradian coming on behind second base, fires to first. Got her in time, a pretty play by Allie Bradian as Natalie Mariano tripped past first base, and right where the dirt became the turf, she can laugh it off now as her helmet propelled probably 30 feet into the outfield.
Now ready for the Flyers, the pitcher, number 21, Catherine Hess.
So that's not one for the highlight reel. A bang-bang play at first, though. After that, you probably want to pause the video if you're Natalie Mariano. Catherine Hess, the catcher. First pitch fouled away, 0-1. Catherine Hess 0 for 2 today. Here's the 0-1 from Maloney. Shows bunt, gets it down, coming on Ortiz. She's going to field and going to be a base hit as Ortiz and Lombardo, poor communication to try and pick up that softball, but regardless, just put in a perfect spot. Probably a base hit all the way for Catherine Hess, the catcher. A bunt for a hit from a catcher, yes.
Now ready for the Flyers. The pitcher, number 3, Gabrielle Snyder.
Really a bunt hit all the way. Gabrielle Snyder, the pitcher now. The left-hander stands in, wide stance for her. The pitch from Maloney, hit in the air, center field. Canessa, a couple steps to her right, under it, battles the sun with the glasses and makes the catch. 2 away here in the top of the 5th. So Snyder now 1 for 3, and Tiffany Ricks to the plate. The cleanup hitter who's 1 for 1. Walked and got as far as 3rd in the 2nd, and Singleton scored back in the 4th to tie the game at 1. First pitch to her from Maloney is a called strike. Of course, Dayton would then take the lead from Kaylee Budison, scoring on the same play. 2 RBI single from Haberstich. So 2-1 the score. 0-1 to Ricks upstairs, 1-1. We're in the top of the 5th, the first of 2 in a doubleheader here at Behoshi Field. The Rams 4-2 in the A-10. Dayton 7-2 in the A-10 as off-speed pitch. Maloney made Ricks look silly there. 1-2 as Maloney likes to mix it up. That's her bread and butter. We'll see what she can do here. The 1-2 with 2 outs. Right back to her line drive. Couldn't get it. It's right back up the middle for a base hit. A soft line drive that Maloney couldn't get her glove on, and it got past both of the middle infielders. A play where sometimes it's almost harder to make than a hard hit line drive, because a hard hit line drive, while tons scary, is more of a reaction. You see the soft hit line drive, you almost have time to react and don't really know where to put the glove, as the first pitch to Budison is a called strike. Maloney in a big spot here for the Rams. The Rams up 2-1. A game that looks like it's going to stay low scoring in the top of the 5th. Try and keep her team within 1. Budison swings at the 1-0. Over towards Canessa. It's going to get down. It's going to be extra bases all the way to the wall. Cora Ianero fields in right center field, coming around to score. Both runners for the Dayton Flyers. Tiffany Ricks and Catherine Hess touch the plate. It's now 4-1 Dayton. A 2 RBI double from Kaylee Budison. So the Rams got their work cut out for them here. Top of the 5th, they're now down 4-1. DeSalvo, the batter, takes strike 1 from Maloney.
Now ready for the Flyers, right fielder, number 17, Hannah DeSalvo.
So Rachel Gillen is starting to get loose in the Fordham bullpen. See if she'll come into this one, maybe to keep it at 4-1 or try to, as DeSalvo swings and fouls it away softly over the Fordham dugout. Dayton Flyers took a bus out here to Fordham back on Thursday. 10-hour bus ride here in the Atlantic 10. Salvo behind 0-2. There's a runner on second. Maloney toes the rubber. Need an out here. Swung on and line. Big time foul over towards Rachel Gillen warming up, and she'll track it down over in the bullpen. But that ball had a charge in it from DeSalvo, but just way too far ahead of it. The 0-2 again. Hit to the second baseman right at Van Hoven. Fields and fires to first in time. No trouble for her there. But again, the Dayton Flyers put a crooked number on the board. 2 runs for them. 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We're headed to the bottom of inning number 5 here at Bohoshi Field with the score Dayton 4 and Fordham 1. You're listening to Fordham Softball. Bottom of inning number 5. The Rams now down by 3 runs. In desperate need of some offense here to try and get back in this one. They get the top of the lineup in Sydney Canessa. 3rd time around off the pitcher Snyder, as she deals a first pitch strike to Canessa. Canessa 0 for 2 today. The 0-1 pitch grounded down the third base line for a base hit. Maybe extra bases, but fielded nicely in left field by Mariano, and she's gonna have to stay at first. Absolutely destroyed that softball, but greatly positioned was Mariano to not allow for extra bases. But the Rams will take a base runner. As now Gabrielle Snyder is going to just head to the bench, and I guess we've got a pitching change, as the most bizarre pitching change I've ever seen, as Gabrielle Snyder must have been told if one base runner gets on, your day is done. So almost in unison, after that ball was thrown back into her, she ran to the dugout, gave the ball to Amanda Cash, took a different glove, and then she heads to the outfield. So very bizarre there. Amanda Cash will warm up. We'll take a short timeout here at Bohoshi Field. Rams trailing 4-1 to the Dayton Flyers. So Amanda Cash will do the pitching. Gabrielle Snyder moves to right field. Hannah DeSalvo checks out here. First pitch from Cash to Van Hoven, showing bunt and fouling it off as it was picked up in the lefty batter's box, or the righty batter's box, by Hess. We saw Amanda Cash pitch yesterday for the Dayton Flyers. He's back in the circle here in game number 2. First pitcher we've seen in both games for either side. Here's the 0-1 to Van Hoven now, shows bunt again. That one missed outside, 1-1. Dayton up 4-1 in the bottom of the 5th inning here at Bohoshi Field. No outs here in the top of the 5th, or bottom of the 5th. Canessa on first, Van Hoven at the plate, the 1-1. Fouls it away, 1-2. The slapper trying to get on base here for the Rams and maybe start a rally going here. We got the middle of the lineup coming up next. Lindsey Mayer, Kayla Lombardo, and likely Michelle Dobman will come back in for Patty Maloney. Then Rachel Gillen probably will finish pitching. Here's the 1-2. Van Hoven hits the ball in fair territory, but it hits her leg in the process. In fair territory, she is out. And going back to first base is Sydney Canessa. An unfortunate break for Amy Van Hoven and the Fordham Rams, because that probably a base hit all the way. But now there's one away. The runner Canessa back to first. As Van Hoven touches the ball in fair territory as she was out of the batter's box. Lindsey Mayer, the righty, stands in, takes the first pitch for a called strike from Amanda Cash. Cash, the lefty for this Dayton side, trying to get her team the first win of this series. Mayer swings at the 0-1, grounds to third, firing over to second, Budison in time. And lead runner retired, Sydney Canessa thrown out at second. Lindsey Mayer reaches on the fielder's choice, but now there's two away. That Van Hoven freak contact with her leg might prove to be problematic for the Rams as Kayla Lombardo to the plate. Be a great time for a home run. First pitch to her upstairs, 1-0. Lombardo today, 1 for 1, a double and hit by a pitch. 1-0 just outside, 2-0. Amanda Cash yesterday, 2 2/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 was earned. No walks, 4 strikeouts, 1 wild pitch. She hit 2 batters, and she faced 12 batters overall. Here's the 2-0 to Lombardo. Just got the outside part of the plate, 2-1. A good pitch, 2-0, just to get it over the strike zone and not really give a great pitch for Lombardo to hit. Lombardo ahead, 2-1 still. Runner on first is Mayer, 2 outs. Pitch, grounded softly towards third. Budison fields and fires the first to Tiffany Ricks and retires. Kayla Lombardo retires the side here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Rams, no runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left. And after 5 innings, we head to the 6th. Dayton up on the Rams, 4-1 in game 2 of 3 of the series and game 1 of 2 of today's doubleheader.
Plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again. Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet under screens, but no one seems to hear a thing? Do you know that there's still a chance for you, 'cause there's a spark in you? You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine, just on the night, like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em go as you shoot across the sky.
Top of the 6th here at Bohoshi Field. First game of a doubleheader between the Flyers and the Rams. The Rams won yesterday 5-1. Cora Ioneer, a 3-run homer in that one. But Dayton up in this one 4-1. Back-to-back innings for them with 2 runs at the plate. Fordham had one in the bottom of the first. First pitch from Maloney. Here in the top of the sixth is a called strike. Counts 0-1 to Kayla Haberstich. The 0-1 swung on and missed 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Up and in, ball one. Haberstich today a 2 RBI single back in the fourth inning, grounded to short in the second. The 1-2, upstairs 2-2, too high from Maloney. Maloney has given up 3 hits, all in the last inning, 2 runs, 2 earned. The 2-2 to Haberstich, grounded softly to Bradian, coming on fields with the glove, picks it up in the hand, over to first, not in time. An infield single for Kayla Haberstich as ball just hit too softly. Bradian gave it her best shot there, but Haberstich too quick. She's now 2 for 3, and Kennedy Haynes now to the plate for Dayton. Jordan Jennings pinch hit for the last time. No out, shows bunt, picked up nicely by Lombardo as the pitch taken for a ball. Dayton trying to, looks like, manufacture at least one more run here. Leadoff hitter on Haberstich. Haynes shows bunt, gets it down. Third baseman Mayer fields, fires to first. Van Hoven's covering, and the out retired. Successful sacrifice for Kennedy Haynes, going down 5-4. And Jacqueline Quetter, the center fielder, to the plate, but hold on, as might have some sort of substitution here coming as the home plate umpire, Dave Matern, and Cara LaPlaca, the head coach for Dayton, talking things over. And it's going to be a pinch runner at second base. And coming on to pinch run, it looks like it's Kirsten Bartlett. She'll do the running at second now as a pinch runner.
Number 24, Kirsten Bartlett.
Jacqueline Quetter, the lefty, hits it right back to Maloney, knocks it down with the glove. Easy way, only way to first, and she gets the out there. A nice play by Patty Maloney just to knock the ball down. Looks like it actually hit the outside of her glove. 2 away. Advancing to third is Bartlett. Top of the lineup now, Natalie Mariano, her 4th at-bat. She's 0 for 3. Mariano, the lefty, ready, down low. 1-0 the count. Maloney definitely needs to get this out. Rams down 3 here, only 6 more outs to play with. Takes the 1-0 outside, 2-0. Mariano, a hitter's count here. 364 hitter on the season, 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch from Maloney. Upstairs, 3-0. Yesterday, Mariano was 2 for 3 off of Rachel Gillen. Unable to get a hit thus far off of Daubman, and 1 at bat off Maloney already. She's ahead 3-0 in this one. Takes it for a called strike down the middle. Three and 1. The count still well ahead with the runner on third. 2 away. Pitched, and it bounced in front, and Kayla Lombardo able to block it, maybe get a little help as it might have bounced and hit the leg of the batter, Mariano. So Mariano now on first. Runners at the corners, 2 away for the Flyers here in the top of the 6th. They're up 4-1 in the game. Trying to force what would be a rubber game, Game 3. They'll play Game 3 regardless of the result in this one. Catherine Hess, the catcher, takes the first pitch for a ball. Hess, a bunt single in the last inning for the Flyers at the plate. Came around to score off of that. She's 1 for 3 overall on the day. Strikeout and a ground out to the pitcher Daubman earlier in the game. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Maloney bested her with the off speed there. 1-1 the count. The pitch inside, going from second, throw down by Lombardo, off the glove of Brady, and then trickles into right field. Run will score, and Mariano will get to second base. The first and third play there as the ball just sailed a little bit right on Lombardo, and off the glove of Brady into right field. It'll be a run-scoring play. And it's going to be an error on allowing Mariano to get to second. And the fifth run allowing for the Dayton Flyers to score as Hess takes pitch for a called strike. 2 outs, now 5-1 in favor of the Dayton Flyers here in this one at Bohoshi Field. Pitch with 2 outs, swung on and missed, and that'll do it. Strike 3 to Catherine Hess, but again, the Flyers score a run. They get 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1 on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Dayton 5 and Fordham 1. You're listening to Fordham Rams softball.
Yeah, man. So we back in the club with the bodies rocking from side to side, side to side. Thank God the week is done. I feel like a zombie gone back to life, back to life. Hands up, yeah, suddenly we all got our hands up. No control of my body. Ain't I seen you before? I think I remember those eyes. 'Cause baby, tonight the DJ got us falling in love again. Yeah, baby, tonight the DJ got us falling in love again. So dance like it's the last night of your life. Life won't get you right. 'Cause baby, tonight the DJ got us falling in love again. Keep downing drinks like there's no tomorrow. That's just right now. Gonna set the roof on fire. Gonna burn this motherfucker down. Come on, hands up. When the music drops, we both put our hands up. Put your hands on my body.
So Patty Maloney will actually hit for the Rams here. She's 1 for 2 on the season. So there's no count to the batter. Brief delay. Maloney stands in, takes the first pitch outside for a ball. And counts now 1-0. Maloney, her first at bat of this game. Daubman flied to center both times. Here's the 1-0 to Maloney. Grounded, third base side, but foul. Counts 1-1. Counts 1-1. The pitch to Maloney. Outside, 2-1. Rams just trying to get base runners at this point. 6 outs to play with, down 4. The final score yesterday was 5-1 in favor of the Rams. The Flyers up 5-1 in this one, top of the 6th, or bottom of the 6th rather. Maloney fouls off the 2-1. And it's now 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Maloney right back up the middle line and caught by the pitcher, Cash. So Maloney put a good swing on it, but Cash just good reaction. Catch that liner. Cora Ionero to the plate. Right fielder, the righty for the Fordham Rams. Getting set to stand in. Just trying to get some base runners one at a time if you're the Fordham Rams. Try and set up the top of the lineup maybe for the next half inning. Got a couple here. Get it a little closer. Cash on the rubber deals. Down low in the dirt, 1-0. Cash yet to allow a hit to the Ram hitters. Tried all 4 she's faced. Ianiro fists it over towards first, but foul. And not being able to catch it is Ricks, as just a little humpback liner that went well foul. 1-1. Cora Ianiro grounded to second in the second, flew to left in the fourth. Big home run yesterday. 3-run shot. Here's the 1-1. Hit in the air over towards first, again foul, and again it falls over the head of Tiffany Ricks, as that one hung in the air a little bit longer than the last one, but neither Ricks nor Haynes, the second baseman, able to get to that one before it hit the turf in foul territory. Ianiro fighting up there, 1-2 with the count. The pitch from Cash, the lefty, outside, 2-2. Trying to frame it was Hess, but that ball too far outside, says home plate umpire Dave Matern. Two and two now, 1 out, nobody on. Pitch, swung on, hit over towards the right side of the infield, and a nice catch by Kennedy Haynes as she caught it right on the turf behind the first baseman Ricks, where she was playing, a couple of feet behind her. Nice running play for her, 2 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. Rachel Gillen back into the game here for the Rams. Kaylin Winokur pinch ran for her. Takes the first pitch well outside. The count moves to 1-0. The Rams trying to engineer a little bit of rally down here. 7, 8, 9. Gillen, Ortiz, and Turgeon with 2 away. Turgeon can hit the long ball if you get it to her. Here's the 1-0. Gillen swings at the off-speed pitch and misses. Great job by Cash to keep her off balance there. Gillen stands in. 1-1, 2 outs. The pitch outside. Swung on and missed, though. Gillen offered at what likely would have been a ball. 1-2, 2 outs. Cash trying to get it to the 7th inning here. Team's up by 4, 5-1. The 1-2 to Gillen coming with 2 outs. Pitch, swung on, hit in the air to left field, going back Mariano, battling the sun, and makes the catch in fair territory, just over near the foul line, about 20 feet from the fence. And that'll do it here in the bottom of the 6th inning, a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We head to the top of the 7th. Dayton 5 and Fordham 1.
You know, well, I'm a chicken fried, a cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio. Well, I was raised up beneath the shade of a Georgia pine, and that's home, you know. Sweet tea, pecan pie, homemade wine, where the peaches grow. And my house is
Top of the 7th inning, the Rams down to the Dayton Flyers, 5-1. Patty Maloney remains in the circle for the Rams. She's thrown 2 innings and given up 3 runs, 2 of which have been earned. 1 error for the Rams, charged to Allie Bradian, and errant throw from Kayla Lombardo. Bradian got over there nicely, but she gets charged with the error. Top of the 7th, first pitch to the batter, Snyder, is a ball outside, 1-0. Snyder started on the rubber. Grounds back to Maloney. Trouble with it, the 1-0, can't pick it up and can't fire to first in time. That one should go down as an error on Patty Maloney. And it will. And Cara LaPlaca coming over to home plate umpire Dave Matern. Looks like there'll be a change made. And it would have to be with the runner there, trying to catch the number, as Tiffany Ricks will stand in and bat, the cleanup hitter. Snyder reached first. As Caitlin Gibson will do the running over at first base for Gabrielle Snyder.
Gibson will come in as a pinch runner for the Flyers. Now batting number 11, Tiffany Ricks.
Rick stands in. Runner on first, nobody out. Rams down 5-1 here. Pitch, Ricks fouls it off over towards the McKinley Center. Out of play, 0-1. Tiffany Ricks having herself quite a day, 2 for 2. 2 singles, scored off both those singles and walked back in the second. The 0-1 inside, 1-1. Aggressive jump off the base after Maloney delivered it from Gibson over at first now. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed by Ricks. Barrow thought about throwing over to first. Off-speed pitch, bested Tiffany Ricks there. Here's the 1-2 pitch, popped in the air by Ricks, but out of play, foul. Bardo jogs back, but it's over the stands and well out of play. Just a reminder that one-on-one post-game report comes your way after the conclusion of this game. Here's the 1-2 fouled straight back into the protective netting. Have my player of the game. We'll recap this one briefly and take a short break, and we'll come back for game number 2, which should start between 25 and 35 minutes after this one's completed. The 1-2, Ricks hits it in the air to center. Canessa over to her left, but taking it in right field is Cora Ianiro. 1 away.
Now batting for the Flyers, third baseman number 12, Kaylee Udison.
One away, Kaylee Budison to the plate, takes the first pitch inside for a called strike. Got the inside corner from Patty Maloney. The first time Tiffany Ricks is retired. Budison's 0-1, hits in the air well to left, but right at Brianna Turgeon, takes a couple steps in, makes the catch with 2 hands for safekeeping. 2 away. Budison, the first time she's retired as well, came into that at bat. 1 of 1, a walk hit by a pitch and a double, and now Hannah DeSalvo to the plate over 2 today. Successful sacrifice bunt back in the second. No runs came out of it though. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. Bardo nearly held it there. Just a foul ball, 0-1 the count. Gibson running at first for Snyder. Maybe in motion here with 2 outs. As taking the first pitch, or taking that pitch inside, and the first ball she sees. Hannah DeSalvo, 1-1 the count now. The right fielder for Dayton. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. The 1-1 upstairs, 2-1, and she grounded to second back in the 5th. The 2-1 to DeSalvo. Lined into center field for a base hit. Sydney Canessa fields and fires in as Allie Brady nearly got to it. But a solid single. The first hit of the afternoon for Hannah DeSalvo. Kayla Haberstich will now hit for Dayton. Kirsten Bartlett pinch ran for her back in the 6th, the last half inning, when Dayton was at the plate, but re-entering is Haberstich. She takes the first pitch for a called strike. She re-entered to play defense in the top half, or excuse me, the bottom half of the 6th. Runners on first and second. The 0-1, Haberstich fouls it off of her left leg there, and it rolls even further foul. Count now 0-2. Maloney, 2 away, 2 outs. Top of the 7th, Rams down by 4. The pitch from Maloney swung on and fouled into the chest protector of Kayla Lombardo, unable to hold it there. Count 0-2. Here's the pitch. Popped in the air, foul, out of play. As it gets all the way over near the road here at Fordham University near Loyola Hall. 0-2, 2 away. The Rams down 4. They got 3 more outs to play with. Ortiz and Turgeon. Then the top of the lineup, Canessa coming up for them in the next. The 0-2 fouled away again into the left field stands. Battling up there is Haberstich. She's already got a 2 RBI single back in the 4th. Singled and scored on an error in last inning, the 6th. So she's 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, a run scored, having herself a nice day for the Flyers. Behind 0-2, the pitch again from Maloney. Inside corner called, strike 3, side retired. And we'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Rams need a rally. They're down 5-1 to the Dayton Flyers. You're listening to Fordham Rams Softball, WFUVSports.org, and the Atlantic 10 Digital Network.
Give me a second, I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom getting higher than the Empire State. My lover, she is waiting for me just across the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar. And I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget, but between the drinks and subtle things, the holes in my apologies, you know, I'm trying hard to take it back. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight.
Well, Gabrielle Snyder re-enters the game to play right field for the Dayton Flyers here in the bottom of the 7th with her team up 5-1 over the Fordham Rams. Paige Ortiz leads it off for the Rams. She's the number 8 hitter. She's 1 for 2 today, doubled back in the 2nd inning, grounded to short in the 4th. Brianna Turgeon due up next, but Stephanie Ferry on deck for her, likely to pinch hit. First pitch to Ortiz is outside for a ball. And then we go to the top of the lineup, Sydney Canessa, Amy Van Hoven, Lindsay Mayer. And if you can get it to Lindsay Mayer and Kayla Lombardo, never know. Rams down 4. 1-0 the count to Ortiz. The pitch from Cash. Grounded towards short. Nice play by Haberstich. Comes up throwing. High throw. Ricks on the bag. Jumps off it and back on it before Ortiz can get there. A nice play by Kayla Haberstich. Ortiz did all she could there. Hit it really hard. But a great play by Haberstich, and Ricks with the height, able to catch it up high and land on the base before Ortiz able to get to first base. So 1 away in the bottom of the 7th, and pinch hitting now for Brianna Turgeon is Stephanie Ferry.
Pitch hitting for the Rams is number 17, Stephanie Ferry.
Ferry just trying to get on base any way she can here. First pitch from Cash, takes for a called strike on the outside corner. Ferry coming into this one, a .333 hitter. She's 3 for 9. Here's the 0-1 pitch to her. Takes it upstairs. Cash tried to get her to chase the off speed. And it's now 1-1. Ferry has started 2 games, now appearing in her 8th game with this pinch hit appearance. The 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. A big swing from Stephanie Ferry there on the outside corner riser. Ferry with 2 RBIs. She's also struck out twice, a double, 3 hits in 9 ABs. Timeout called by the catcher Hess as the wind really picks up a little bit here. Winds were gusting in excess of 40 miles per hour earlier, according to the National Weather Service. And still saying the same. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Stephanie Ferry goes down swinging. Top of the lineup for the Rams. They're down to their final out. Down by 4. 1 out to play with. Stranger things have happened, though. Sydney Canessa, the center fielder, to the plate. She's 1 for 3. First pitch from Cash outside. 1-0, missed with what appeared to be a changeup there. Upstairs, 2-0 now to Sydney Canessa. Top of the lineup, trying to engineer quite the rally. They need 4 runs. Need to get it to Kayla Lombardo, and she'd be the tying run. She's not even in the hole yet, though. 2-0 to Canessa. Also upstairs, 3-0. Lombardo, 4 home runs. Get it to her. She's hit a grand slam as the wind really picking up now. Has a huge gust of wind and dirt flying all around. Try and make sure everyone's got their eyes clear after that one. And looks like we're set now. 3-0. The count to Canessa. The pitch from Cash, taking all the way and missing away. It's Cash, so a walk for Sydney Canessa. Ball game extended here. Rams still down to their final out. Down by 4, 5-1. Tying run now, 3 batters away. Amy Van Hoven to the plate, the lefty slapper, 2 for 3. Almost 3 for 3. Would have been 3 for 3 if last time she was up she didn't touch the ball in fair territory. Swings at the first pitch and misses. Van Hoven singled and scored after stealing second base in the first, singled in the third. And like I said, hit a grounder up the first baseline, but made contact with the ball in fair territory to be recorded out for the first time in the 5th. Behind 0-1, the pitch from Cash swung on and fouled back into the netting here. 0-2, Rams down to their final strike. Here's the 0-2 to Van Hoven, just got a piece of it. Staying alive at the plate, keeping the Rams alive in the ball game. Oh and 2, Canessa on first. Dayton 5, Rams 1. Bottom of the 7th, 2 away. Final strike for the Rams, they're down 2. Here's the pitch from the lefty, Cash. Swung on, grounded over towards second base. Fielded there, flip over to first, not in time. It gets past Ricks, and heading over to third is Canessa. Dives, heading for second is Van Hoven. So second and third now for the Rams, something going. As not the prettiest defense from the Flyers. Maybe should have just held on to it, Kennedy Haynes, but regardless though, runners on second and third, not really a huge deal. Don't really mean a whole lot. Their team up by 4 runs, but that does bring the tying run to the on-deck circle, and Kayla Lombardo, she has 4 home runs, but Lindsay Mayer will have to get on base any way she can to at least pass the baton to Kayla Lombardo. So Van Hoven will get to first on the single, and then she'll advance to second. Canessa to third on an error by Dayton. Mayer to the plate where she's 0 for 3, due for a hit here. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. They'll charge the error to the second baseman, Haynes. 5-8-1, 1-7-2 on the board. 5-1 Dayton, second and third, 2 outs. The 0-1 to Mayer. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Now the count, Rams again, down to their final strike. Bridget Orchard employing Mayer, the University of Virginia transfer. Try and get on base here. She's behind 0-2. Cash on the hill. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And Dayton will take game number 2 of the series. And game number 1 of this doubleheader here today at Pahoshi Field. A one-on-one post-game report is coming up next. You're listening to Fordham Rams Softball. Welcoming you inside the one-on-one post-game report here at Pahoshi Field on the campus of Fordham University, the Rose Hill campus that is, in the Bronx. The Rams have just fallen to the Dayton Flyers 5-1 in game number 1 of a doubleheader here today. Evens up the series between the Flyers and Rams at 1. Dayton improves to 24-11, 8-2 in the A-10. Fordham falls to 17-15, 4-3 in the A-10. We'll have game number 2 in about 25 minutes from now. So right around 1 o'clock it should be starting. Let's get to a quick recap of this game, and then we'll take a quick break and come right back for game number 2 today, game number 3 of the series. So the Rams scored the first run back in the top of the first inning. Amy Van Hoven singled, stole second.